So these are the Nigerian Guild of Editors. They are in Enugu for their convention. So this is our CNG board. We're so glad to welcome you to Enugu, and we hope you are enjoying our hospitality.
Interactive board. That interactive board is a multifunctional board that makes the class to be smart. Then it's not just about the structure alone, it's the content.
láìsí ọkọ àti àdá kò ní pé o rárá kò ní pé o.
Because our rhyme song when we were young, that no matter your education, without the implement of farming, and you don't know how to farm, then you are still not farming is core to living.
We're also leading the way. We want to make here that destination for innovation, that destination for technology. And so we welcome you all to Enugu, and I want to also say that we are going to be collaborating with those great ideas you have, those startups. As you may already know, we're constructing quite a number of common facility centers. We have an innovation and incubation center that is being built now. We already have some that are existing where you can essentially explore your full potential. So I charge you to embrace technology and for us to know that the tomorrow we are aspiring to have is within our grasp.
Hi everyone, welcome. Hope you're good out there. So it's a lovely weekend. Wherever you're watching from, many thanks for joining in. I appreciate you. So the Nigerian Guild of Editors did their seminar, the biennial convention, over the weekends, this last weekend. And it was a beehive of activities because when you talk about Guild of Editors, they are like the highest body of journalists in Nigeria. When it comes to radio, TV, those who edit stories and posts, you know, those who read the news sometimes can edit, but there are people who are proper desk editors. Reporters send in their report from, you know, different places, and they are the ones that sit on the desk to edit the news. As some places they call them head of news, you know, they edit the news and then put it out. So they are the highest body of journalists in Nigeria. In fact, if you're a journalist in Nigeria and you're not a part of the body, you probably maybe not as taken seriously as someone who's a journalist. So they had a biennial meeting, and it was at the International Conference Center. It was a great event. We had the chairman of Channels TV coming there. We had the governor of Enugu State being the host governor, of course. We had the former governor of Ogun State, Oshoba, also make statements. There's a statement that the opening remark by chairman of Channels TV, John Momo, made that was so fantastic. It was so great. He gave us a historical background of Enugu State and how Enugu is one of the hubs of journalism. When you talk about, the historical context of how Enugu was pivotal to, the ouster of the colonial masters,
It's truly a pleasure to be here with you today in this historic city of Enugu, the cold city, but being rechristened the cold city, but indeed the cold city. But Enugu isn't just a city of coal and commerce. It is a city of memory, a city of journalism, a city that once gave voice to the aspirations of the region and the soul of the people. This city, Enugu, was the heartbeat of eastern Nigeria. It was home to some of the bravest voices in the golden age of Nigerian journalism. Voices that used ink and paper to challenge oppression, to demand accountability, and to speak truth to power, even in the face of war and uncertainty. Enugu carries the scars of history. It also carries the strength to heal. For many young people across this region, the shadows of the Biafra War still linger, not just in stories passed down, but in real feelings of exclusion and pain. And we must remember, this cold city was once the price capital of eastern Nigeria. It was here that Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe founded the Nigerian Outlook, giving rise to a vibrant tradition of public discourse and anti-colonial journalism. MCK Ajuluchukwu, editor and later Biafran information officer, wielded his pen like a sword, speaking truth amid the fog of war. Men like Uche Chukwumerije, Chuks Ilebunam, and the anonymous voices behind Radio Biafra. They did not just report history, they lived it. From the pages of Africa Today, by Ralph Oweche, to the underground press of the Civil War, journalism in Enugu was not a profession. It was a mission. We owe these pioneers our gratitude and our respect for showing that even in the darkest times, the light of truth can shine on the press room. I would like to thank the Nigerian Guild of Editors, of which I'm very proud to belong, for the great honor of asking me to chair this convention. It means a lot to me, because this gathering brings together some of the finest minds in our profession. The theme of this year's convention, Building a Secure and Cohesive Nigeria, the role of dialogue, inclusion, and the media, is very well thought out. This is not just a topic, it is a national conversation, a timely one, and a necessary one. We all know the issues, as has been espoused by the President: insecurity in many regions, divisions across ethnic and religious lines, economic hardship and rising frustration, people asking tough questions about our future. The truth is, there can be no security without justice, no unity without fairness, and no progress without inclusion.
I have read most of these people's review. You know, every single 2 years that they have their reviews or that they have their meetings, they do their, you know, they change their executives. You know, they have new leadership, just like they did in Enugu. 2 years ago, they also had new leadership. This year, they're doing in 2027, they're going to do, you know, the so-called biennial conference, and they would also have new leadership. You know, so it goes without saying that they are a very, very serious body when it comes to journalism, journalistic tendencies in Nigeria. You know, NGE, Nigerian Guild of Editors, are actually the main thing. Of course, because I'm a journalist, some of my friends came into town. Some were asking me, man, we've been hearing a lot about this governor, what he has been doing. And they were asking me about whether I can help them get some some contacts for properties, because it does look like it's a fantastic place to invest in. Yeah, and that's the truth. Give them some contact, but I hope that they follow up on those contacts, because I mean, it almost looks like the entire land in Enugu is being sought after. It's been bought right now because of the expanse, the developments that the government have actually, set in motion. But having said that, I want to also play a video for you of the ambience, not just the ambience though, but the government of Enugu State took the Guild of Editors round the project, round Enugu, the specific places that, you know, the government is doing something, you know, very fantastic. They went to different places, and as I play this video, of course, you're going to tell certain things. The buses, in fact, that they use to go to several places are actually one of the major interventions by the government in transportation. You know, they're quite new. They are supposed to be rolled out in the month of May, but they couldn't because there are certain things they needed to put in place. So the NGE guys were amongst the first set of people who used the buses to move from one place to another. I'm sure they you know, they shared their experiences about, you know, how they felt using that bus and how they felt generally about the state. I've also watched and seen the write-ups by most of them on sometimes their social media, their personal social media handles, and some others their platforms handle. And more than 80% of what I have seen so far has been direct write-up. And of course, you know, Nigerian editors are not people you can push around anyhow. They're not people you can move from one place to another. That you cannot push them. You cannot tell them to do something. You cannot say you cannot say do it that like this, even if it is false. No, Nigerian Guild of Editors, the members of the guild are not that kind of people. They might tell at the moment that they're telling you that, or you are telling them that, they might let go, but to sit down and write, they will write what is in their mind. But I've read through 80% of the write-ups of those who came to Enugu State, and what I am seeing is unbelievable. Most of them are writing like people who have lived in Enugu for a long time. Beyond that, with what they saw, it was unprecedented, because I mean, again, the government just celebrated 2 years in office, and you would think that maybe the things that you would see around are maybe projects that are still ongoing, projects that are not finished. But my dear, it is not. Most of the projects that have been started by this government have been finished. Some that are still ongoing are still visible. You could see that there's work going on continuously. One of the major, of course, is the road between Penox and Opinsuka. That dualization is massive, and you know there's always going to be a destruction before the main thing comes. So that road, because some of the guild guys actually had to pass that road to Nike, because Nike Lake was one of the places that they were kept. It was absolutely phenomenal. And something again that I found out at Nike is that it's now changed from Nike Lake to Landmark Nike Lake Resort. It's no longer Nike Lake like we used to know it, but it's Landmark Nike Lake Resort. It's been concessions to a private firm. Of course, we all know the guys behind Landmark Resort in Lagos. Those are the guys that are actually the ones, managing that facility right now. I think the concession did for 35 years, and they are upgrading. Frankly, I've gone in there and I've seen some major upgrade work going on. They give it another 2 to 4 years, and you will see the unbelievable changes that would come up from that particular location. I've also seen that they have changed most of their staff, especially staff at the front desk and staff that serves, because most of the time what you see at Nike Lake are actually old people, but because it's and these things have a way of getting people to get their brothers and sisters who are in the village to come and start working at the hotel. But this particular one is quite different. You see young people who are welcoming you, young people who are attending to you, that, like my friend actually stated. So it is important that sometimes when things are given to private sector, it's not always all the time that we look at the fact that the price of that thing might skyrocket, but you should also look at the efficiency that comes with the concession of these things to a private firm. What my friend told me was, look, that this is fantastic, that the ambience is pretty good, and that he knows that he knew when the hotel was concessioned to Landmark Resort, and that he was thinking that maybe beyond the name change there would have been something done. But he also saw that the hotel is being upgraded every single minute. I mean, it's working in progress. I took some videos, I took some pictures. In fact, I will do a video specifically for Landmark Nike Lake Resort, because I did take some pictures, the current state of that place, and even the bush bar, as the case may be. But trust me, there has been some improvement. Back to the Nigerian Guild of Editors. So look at the video of the movement of people. There's the Guild of Editors around the Enugu State. When they came in, I think it was on a Saturday. They came in on a Friday, on a Thursday. And Friday was the day that they went around. Saturday, of course, they also went around to check with what has been happening around Enugu State. So here's the video, and I hope you enjoy it.
So these are the Nigerian Guild of Editors. They are in Enugu for their convention. So this is our CNG board. We're so glad to welcome you to Enugu, and we are enjoying our hospitality. Not to Enugu.
That interactive board is a multifunctional board that makes the class to be smart. Then it's not just about the structure alone, it's the content.
láìsí ọkọ́ àti àdá kò lè pé o rárá, kò lè pé o.
Because our rhyme song when we were young, that no matter your education, without the implement for farming, and you don't know how to farm, then you are still not farming is core to living.
We're also leading the way. We want to make here that destination for innovation, that destination for technology. And so we welcome you all to Enugu, and I want to also say that we are going to be collaborating with those great ideas you have, those startups. As you may already know, we're constructing quite a number of common facility centers. We have an innovation and incubation center that is being built now. We already have some that are existing where you can essentially explore your full potential. So I charge you to embrace technology and for us to know that the tomorrow we are aspiring to have is within our grasp.
So we came to Enugu for the AGM of the whole Federation of Surveyors, and this is my first time coming to Enugu. And on the road from Osun State down to Enugu, there is no problem. Everything was peaceful. The news and the story we are hearing about the Enugu State, and in fact, it's not like that at all, and there is no disturbance at all. So Enugu is very, very peaceful. Talking about the township is very, very conducive, and everywhere is okay and neat. I even like, even if I want to like to stay in a town like this, so I prefer this because everything is okay.
Are the delegates of Nigerian Guild of Editors, particularly from Oyo State. Before we came here, we have a fear that the road is not good. But as we are here, we don't see any problem in the capital. It's fine. Even particularly this National Conference Center, it's even more than other states that have went before. It's even better than the one in Ekiti. Even it's even better than the one at that of Edo. So it's very, very super. Very, very super.
Annual conference, Nigerian Guild of Editors. So far, so good. I see a lot of tremendous developments in terms of infrastructure and hospitalities. I'm highly impressed compared to what I see about 3 years ago, when the last time when I visited the States. But yesterday, the narrative was changed because what we hear from home is that every Monday they observe sit at home. But yesterday, Monday, I was moving around within the city without any hindrance and without any challenges. Every place was open. People are doing their daily transaction, daily business is ongoing.
It's Surveyor Ajibade from Osun State. We come here for annual general meeting of surveyors throughout Nigeria. Enugu is very fantastic. The environment, if you talk of the environment is conducive. The people that are there, they are friendly. The terrain is very nice. I love the place.
I reside in Lagos. To my surprise, based on what we've been hearing, the news we've been hearing so far regarding the state. So getting here, I've actually proven some of the information wrong. It's nice coming here, seeing the development around is kind of encouraging. Of the truth, I was even discussing with my friend that we are still coming back again.
Coming to Enugu on Saturday for the purpose of the AGM, I discovered something. The city is good, everywhere is calm, the development is good. Most especially, the land back system is working, roads, network are okay. The venue particularly is a wow. The governor, I want to commend that he actually tried.
We came in the midnight. We were able to walk around in the midnight to our place of lodgement, to where we are lodging right now. So being able to move around at night, it means you are in the safe area.